I hope you can hear us because we're sitting on the swing. We're a little bit far away. There's a cicada symphony in the background. We have our brother Victor. Yay. Sisterhood, Season 3, Episode 3 from House of Boo Backyard. And we're going to keep this quick because Lil Bro isn't a fan of the camera time. So we thought we'd do a little interview with our brother and find out what it was like growing up with sisters.
Okay, I have the first question.
Beyond that.
Yeah, beyond
sisters
that.
In a household full of women because it was Graham, our mom, Jane, Jenny, and Vic.
Yeah.
And he's the baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll ask the last question, actually. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay, who's your favorite sister?
Probably it depends on the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you need structure, you're going to Jane. If you need to be told, yeah, do it, you're going to Jenny.
Or if you need somebody to call on the universe for your attention,
Jenny.
Jenny's your girl.
If you need an advocate to get on the phone,
you need somebody to look up legal principles, Jane's your girl.
Jane. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Love it.
Okay. How about I'm going to tell a memory with Vic, and then you tell a memory with Vic.
Okay.
Vic's trying to think of a memory with us.
Okay.
So my memory with Vic is, and we've told this before, but not in his presence, is when I was doing a Darby Gibson concert in the green living room. I probably was had to be early teens.
Yeah.
Like maybe 13, 14, 15, maybe. I like to think more like 13 because I was, young. And I was singing my little heart out, probably off key and out of tune, and Victor was making fun of me. And when I took off the headphones and realized I was getting laughed at, I turned around and promptly picked up a wrench and
that's why I got
gently tossed it in his face's direction.
It wasn't a little wrench; it was Grandpa's freaking airplane mechanic
the wrenches that last a lifetime.
Yeah. See, in my memory, it was a mini screwdriver.
No, it was Grandpa's big freaking wrench from working on airplanes.
It may or may not have hit him in the face.
Yeah.
No, it went right through the pillow. I put a pillow over my head and went right through the pillow and broke my nose.
Okay, so there was an attempted manslaughter charge in my direction because could have killed him. But in the moment, I didn't think of that. So that is that's like a memory that I have that I also feel bad about.
Yeah.
Because I really could have hurt him. Yeah. But in that moment, my rage took over and,
what happened. The family.
I mean, we definitely had
Jenny
a house.
Threw me through a cabinet.
Jenny, tell me that story. I don't remember that.
We had that hall in the hallway between Mom's room and all our rooms.
Yeah.
There was that hallway that had like an armoire. And Jenny, it was open and Jenny threw me through the door.
Why?
I don't know. You were raging.
I raged a lot.
So really, all we have to say is raging, and we all know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know about siblings that grow up in a household that don't tussle, because we
Oh my God. Yeah.
Maybe I set the tone, but
I was gonna say you set the tone. I fought for my life.
Yeah. And Vic was either in it with me or
Vic just tried to avoid it.
I just run away from the house and go hide behind a tree.
Okay, can we talk about that story? Where I feel I've realized something about myself. I may or may not have ADHD, and I may or may not be able to recall memories. Mine are more emotions, from the time. Gotcha. Okay, so I can't. So fill in the details if I'm wrong. But I have several memories with Victor but this one I love. So I used to steal my mom's car. I mean, I might have been 13 or 14. I would get my little brother. My mom always slept with fans and air conditioning units. Yeah. So she heard nothing.
Like a jet plane in her bedroom.
So anyways, I'd go tap my brother and be like, I need help pushing the car down the street.
Oh my God. Also, notice she did not tap her sister.
No, she
would have fucking blew us all in. For safety reasons.
So we would scrap up the change because I would need to make sure I filled the gas to be exactly where it was before we left and not to mention I would leave the town. I would go to a city. But anyway, so my bro would come help me. We'd push the car in neutral, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'd get it far enough down the street I could start it up and I'd take off. And yeah, that was one of my fond memories with my bro. That happened on repeat.
I think Justin told Jane that I stole the car and I ended up walking from Fairhaven one time.
Oh yeah.
And because Justin probably told Jane. Jane ratted me out. But I was
God,
stealing
how
the
could we
car. I
have
was
the
only
info?
like 14, 15 maybe.
In
You
all
guys don't
teams,
even know
in
the
all
rules I
teams
prevented.
ratting
We were having a
out.
picnic in Fairhaven. I said, I'm out of here.
And he did. Actually, Mom told that story.
Oh, and
Grandma-
you walked down that trail.
I walked there. I got to Cato.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was
Jesus.
And
quite
Grandma
fun.
with a Bonneville pulls up. Give him the car.
Oh, Graham,
Graham,
with
we
the
love
Bonnie.
you. Vic, there was another story, but I don't remember why we were fighting. But I just remember, you might have been barefoot.
I was barefoot. I was
Probably.
stuck on pine cones and shit.
And I was hauling ass chasing
You couldn't
catch you.
me.
This kid was
I was
like,
fast
okay.
as shit.
Yeah, and I just remember chasing after him, and he was running barefoot, like over stones, over all these obstacles.
I think I was screaming something. Like, leave me alone!
Yeah,
Or some shit.
Probably.
You were like, I'm gonna kill you!
Yeah, and honestly, when
With her
Jenny
demon
did
voice.
say that, she came across very exorcist. And
I would leave my body. It really
you
happened.
never knew what was, well, actually, you knew exactly what was coming, a shitstorm, and you were just trying to survive it.
Why the fuck was I so violent?
I don't know. I think we just all dealt with trauma different.
You were punching girls and everything else back then.
I know.
Yeah.
That was totally opposite from now, though.
I don't have.
You're like, oh, I don't want no problem.
I don't. I avoid conflict like the wind.
That's because of her trauma from
Yeah.
her very conflicting days.
Yeah. I couldn't even find that. Well, I say I can't find that if I want to.
Yeah.
You continue to point out times that I
That
can.
you can find it, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would see red.
It's a little bit less rabid animal
Yeah.
than it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's a little
Yeah.
bit more controlled, but I will gut you like a fish. Don't cross this line. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's still in my DNA.
Yeah, it's there.
Um,
I'm just saying people should not want to awaken that.
no. All right, bro. Tell us your memories.
Oh, I was just talking about it,
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
true. Okay.
I'm trying to, because you, sometimes when we talk about stuff though, you remember stuff I don't. Like, I want to say the night that I decided we were redoing that picture for Mom, where we were sitting on the floor,
Oh yeah.
I did the
The
tongue
bathtub.
out like
and
I
you
was
were
a
like
little
telling
kid.
stories that I did not remember. I
Yeah.
think I blocked out a lot of shit.
I
Because,
wish I would.
Oh, we had a little rough patch when we
in
were
the
younger.
beginning.
Yeah.
But we had each other,
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
and like I don't know, but at the
Beat
end of
each
the
other
day,
up.
yeah,
I was
we would
protected,
tussle.
yeah.
We would go, but nobody fucked with my siblings.
No.
These are my babies.
Yeah, no, nobody did, for sure.
All right, what else do we got?
Everybody knew the savagery that was Jenny.
Yeah. Holy shit. Oh.
Remember when
Boom. That's my
Jenny,
releasing of trauma.
Johnny releases trauma whenever we do these podcasts.
I know, I love it.
I'm trying to think what other, like, crazy shit we did. Because
So
I feel
much.
like we did a lot of crazy shit.
Sledding down the hill by Dad's house, and the guy tried to
Oh,
Kidnap
hop out
us?
and
tried to
kidnap
get
me.
you,
Yeah.
And you're at the bottom,
and
you're
we
like,
were at the
get
bottom.
on the sled! Get on the
Come on,
sled!
come on. First of all, who lets their fucking toddlers out to sled alone?
Well, Dad used to give me a 22 pistol and go, oh, go play!
Oh my god.
Me and Sean
These
Tree
are
used to,
assholes blocked out.
me and Sean Tree used to shoot up all the windows and shit and then get her ass kicked because
Yeah,
we
oh
were
my God,
shooting
my
all them
George
old
Warren.
cars up.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
terrifying.
They're like, it would be like one with Scott Wilson, one with someone else.
Oh my
And they all stormed
God.
at Grandma Randall's house.
Yeah.
And me and
Cool.
Sean are just, hey, Dad, give me the 22. Shooting tail lights
Oh my
out.
god. Bro, that reminds me though. We had four-wheelers.
Yeah.
And we had, was it blackberries or
Yeah.
Blackberry
Blackberries.
Up on the
bushes.
fence there by the
Yeah.
thruway.
Yeah, we would take four-wheeler rides.
Also
and
another
go-
safe place to be.
Right next to the
Supervised.
thruway.
Oh.
Yeah, just go play.
Yeah. I mean, play was so much fun then.
We did, and there was apple trees too over
Yeah.
by the KTC.
Me and
that
Sean
field.
Tree cut one down
Oh my god.
God.
with a hatchet.
Because
Sean
you know what?
Tree.
You know what kids should have a hatchet.
We're like, oh, let's cut
I
this
mean,
tree down.
when we're telling these stories, we're talking what, 7 and under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we lived
like,
over there.
This was the 80s.
I was young
Yeah,
then.
this was the 80s.
So hatchets, guns. What else did we have? Did anybody want to talk
Four-wheeler.
about?
Probably
Four-wheeler,
know
yeah,
that.
four-wheeler, unsupervised four-wheeler
Unsupervised.
rides.
Yeah.
Remember when I let that?
Through, like,
Scott,
acres.
I remember Scotty tied a bucket to the back of one four-wheeler for some reason, and the throttle always got stuck. So he was riding it, and he hopped off, and he always tried to scare me. Like, we go through the corn maze in the
Yeah,
backyard there by
yeah.
Joe and Dan's,
Yeah.
and he'd hop off and go,
Oh my
What
god.
a dick! That is a dick move. Kim
and
used
then
to
he'd
do that
hop
in the
off
pool.
and leave me out in the
Oh
cornfield.
my god.
Kim used to do that every time we got in the pool. She would jump. We'd all be in the pool swimming, And then it would be down to me and her. She'd get out and be like, shark! And I'm like, you bitch. I was terrified. I
And we
thought
were
for
in a
sure my
pool.
life was over.
Yeah.
But we were young. I didn't know.
No, it was good. I mean, all these traumatic memories were so much fun.
I mean, I feel like they made us the people we are today.
Yeah.
I remember Kimmy had a sleepover. Scott's like, I'm going to climb the tree and drop shit on the tent and scare him.
God, yeah.
And then he ended up falling out of it and breaking his arm.
Oh my God.
That's karma.
I
don't
ran in
remember
there.
that
I was like,
either.
hey, JoJo, he broke his arm. She's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Oh, that reminds me of the camper in the
Oh,
backyard.
my
God. Oh, yeah,
at
we
Aunt
had the
Joe's
camper.
When I was teaching
Remember we
you
had
guys
a
to light matches.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the CB
I
at
also
our
forgot
camper
about
next to
that one.
Grandma's house?
Ooh, no.
We used
the
to
truckers?
radio the truckers and be like, hey, Sean Treat. Guys would be like, and then we go steal all their, we'd meet them at pit stop and
Oh
steal all
my
their little
God.
chrome things off their wheels and put them on their bikes.
I cannot. With you guys
Tired
meeting
cat.
truckers.
Yeah.
What is happening?
You guys were always rigging up your bikes because you had like, would you do like the index card to make?
Oh, yeah,
No,
man.
it was a playing card.
Yeah.
Playing card, yeah, to make it
make
make
the
noise. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fun.
Those
It
were
was
look,
fun. It was
Olivia
fun.
says to me all the time, I'm never going to be a helicopter parent like you. I'm like, you're welcome.
Yeah,
first of all.
exactly.
We got to do
Do you
whatever we
remember
want.
tying McGruff up to our sleds on Jackson Street?
Oh, no,
Our dog?
snowboards.
Oh,
And rollerblades.
Yeah.
During the summertime, we do
God.
rollerblades.
did he have some German Shepherd in him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
German
he was, like, mostly
Shepherd,
German
Golden
Shepherd.
Golden
Retriever.
Retriever mix.
And like one person would have to run, so we'd chase them.
Yeah,
And then
when we
he'd
got
get
all the
going.
snow on the roads, me and you went out a couple nights and did
Yeah.
it.
I just remember trying to walk Matt.
Yeah.
And it was like, you couldn't. It was
No.
impossible. He
Wait.
was like a sled dog.
Did we uncover the true story of how we got Mac? I think
Yeah, it was Lisa
Benz
Benz.
told.
You
Okay,
guys were
yeah.
running or something, found a box of
That's
dogs.
what I
that
thought.
was a different.
That was
how Maggie
got Axel.
Axel.
I thought-
I
Lisa
thought,
Benz
I
had
thought
that
this
other
too.
No, I thought that's what happened. You guys found the box, you bring it back to the school or some crap, and then everybody
Took a puppy.
took a puppy, yeah.
No, I'm quite sure we picked him up at Lisa Ben's house. We must have found out that she had puppies, and that's how we went.
Yeah.
He was a nut.
He
Yeah,
was
he
a
was.
nut.
He
I
was
wish
a
I had
sweet
like
dog,
more vivid.
I don't got my
Memories of
keys on, I got his Raby
Aw,
tag on my keys.
that's
So I'm
awesome.
walking through the offices and stuff when I'm working, they're
Yeah.
like, is there a dog in here? Because it makes that ting, 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 ting. noise.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
That
I love that
reminds
you
me.
say that.
I know. That reminds
Well,
me.
I went when I went to Arizona. Worked for Uncle Tommy. Mom put
Weatherstone?
him. Yeah, Mom put
Okay.
him down, so I
Yeah.
never got to say goodbye to him.
Oh my God!
But
Why do I
she-
want to cry?
She
That was a
saved
trauma
his
release.
tags and all that. So
Poor
Yeah.
mom. That sucks.
She's
She had a rough
devastated.
day.
She said she's never getting another dog, but then she moved here with you guys and fell in love with your dogs.
Mom's an animal
She
person.
is, yeah. And then now she has Bentley, who's like her BFF.
Grand dog.
Yeah.
Her grandson.
So she said, because I kept saying to her, maybe you should get a dog.
Yeah.
She was like,
That reminds
no.
me of 8929 Jackson Street, the house we grew up in for
Yeah.
the majority of our childhood. Well,
Yeah.
late childhood teens. And it was like 100-year-old French house. I
what
don't
do you
know.
call it?
It was
Not like a Victorian house. No,
No.
the one across the street.
But there
Kenny's
was
old house was
there was a
Victorian
theme
style.
to it because, well, anyways, it had the furnace vents on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And so me and Bro would take
Oh,
our
yeah.
blankets
Blankets and
and
lay
we'd hoard all the heat under our blankets.
Like
and
a-
McGruff would come lay with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, basically. Poor Mac, too. He had, like, enough hair to, live in
He
the...
was
I
boise.
like Harry. He was
Alaskan.
a hairy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys used to make, like, a balloon of air. Heat.
Yeah. Heat.
I could never do it. I thought I would die.
No, we loved it. We'd
Yeah.
fight over who gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic
Yeah.
with
We
his
go
big red
snowboarding
blanket.
and all that.
Yeah.
Me and Scotty lay on it.
And then also what I love, and I hope, and I've probably talked about it on the podcast before, is that they kept that freaking big claw tooth
Oh, no,
Tub.
the claw foot.
or claw foot.
Claw
Yeah.
tooth.
Had the wraparound pipe on the top. hold the
Yeah,
shirt
to hold the
cut.
shower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And taking 10-hour baths and
Yeah.
just letting out a little.
You and Maggie coming in, I had my sunglasses on when I was like 6 or 7. Remember, and you're like, why do you got your sunglasses on when you're taking a bath? And I go, I'm cool.
Aw.
That's hysterical.
I know, Maggie. I love Maggie. She was basically part of the household.
Yeah, she was.
For
sure.
Yeah.
The
Right.
amount of naked Jenny.
Oh, Jesus.
All my friends came over to see Jenny.
And the thing was, she just
It wasn't for
She
them.
wasn't
I
covering
just
up.
like to be naked. I'm
just was a
sorry.
naked person.
I'm not sorry.
No,
That's
you
my
shouldn't
fucking
be.
birthday suit.
Yeah, you just were a naked person.
Yeah.
My favorite was when she'd come out of the shower holding the towel. No fiction.
But
What?
I just feel so bad for Graham because she was so conservative.
She was.
We never saw skin, ever.
Yeah.
And,
well, short sleeve shirt.
yeah, short sleeve shirt and her polyester pants.
Yes.
Like
her slacks.
Slacks.
Yep.
Yeah. She's probably like, I don't know, maybe she's like, good for her for being free. I don't know.
I wonder if she was like, it must be nice to be so free. But she grew up in a time that was different than that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
where you just weren't free like that.
Shit, I was growing marijuana in my fucking closet.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you were.
God.
And me and Scotty would tie a fucking rope. And
How that wasn't,
I'd bring it
how
out.
nobody
Right
smelled
during
it.
the day, I was such a dumbass. I'm like, all the neighbors are probably watching me fucking lower
it out
marijuana
the
playing
window.
out the window.
And you don't even smoke weed. That's the funny part.
Yeah, I don't
It's
smoke
so
anymore.
funny.
Yeah.
I was a part of none of this. I'd like it on the record.
Yeah. No, Jane was.
I was a rule follower from the womb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were.
You definitely follow the rules.
We knew what to tell Jane and what not to tell Jane
Yeah.
because we
You
didn't
gotta
want to
leave
put
her
her in a
out
predicament. She'd have to tell the truth.
Right. Had I known how often they were stealing the car, Mom would have known too.
Yeah.
And then Mom would have pretended she
Didn't
didn't.
you like run into something on Bonner Bridge, like a big rock or something?
I also put it like, coming
Broke
home.
the axle
Yeah.
and then
Oh shit.
Yes,
I backed
that
into
happened.
Maggie's fucking little like brick or not brick, stone fence. When I was like, I can drive, Mom. I know what I'm doing. And it was like Maggie, Miss Young, and Mom. We were
They're
at a
all in the
picnic
car?
there. Yeah. And I was like being a badass, and then I hit the wall. And then I pulled an Olivia, and I boo-hoo cried. And everyone, not that Olivia cries a lot, but if she gets into trouble,
Yeah, like
you
anybody.
panic. Yeah. And I boo-hoo cried, and then everyone actually felt bad.
I did the same thing when I stole it, and then what's that road next to Bonner Bridge and all that, but it's like this by Donnelly's golf course and all that. What's that road called?
Oh.
And it's like this.
I have no.
Well, I was going like 70, and I had Sean Treat and a bunch of guys in the car with me,
Yeah.
and a deer ran out. So I whipped the wheel, and we did like 360s, and then I bring the car back the next morning. The car wasn't running. Mom had to bring it in, and I blamed it on Jenny. And Jenny must have broke the car
Oh my
again.
God.
It was like four grand
take
worth of.
that.
I must have
Yeah.
broke something.
And Mom.
But I
clearly
spun
didn't
that
have
car
$4
all
grand
the
at
way
time.
around.
No.
Vic, what? Because you made me think of it when you were talking about that. Remember there was something with Pat where you guys went, you were like in the Novo with him somewhere in Syracuse and he left you?
Oh yeah, your buddy Pat.
Yeah, my best
Yeah,
buddy.
what a butthole. Went to get weed.
Oh my God.
And he left you in tears.
Yeah, he thought it was hilarious too.
He was...
Right in the ghetto.
Pat did find some pretty non-funny things funny, but I just remember...
He came back in like
Rest in
20
peace,
minutes
Pat. We
after I
love
stood
you.
on the corner.
Yeah.
We're in Syracuse, yeah, right?
Pat was a
Right in the
fucking
ghetto.
good time.
Yeah, he was. He really was. I just remember he used to have that red car that, like, the floor was rusted out of it.
You can put your
and
foot through it.
And he had, like, one of those kind of, I don't even know, like, tire material mats that he would put over it. So you just knew if you stepped on it, you were going to the, like, Fred Flintstone, basically.
Yeah.
So he would fucking hit these puddles, and it would soak you if you were in that seat because it would throw the mat up, and then you'd just be soaked. And he thought it was so hysterical. And I remember I'd be so mad at him every time he did it to me. And then he ended up getting that white car. But yeah, he was a freaking savage on the road. I'll tell you that.
Damn. All right, what other questions?
I guess.
Wait, bro. Would you have it any other way than growing up with sisters?
No. Nope.
What did you...
And I actually got to experience a little calmness with Lexus.
Yeah.
Because she was a little laid back. And
She was much calmer,
Yeah.
And younger, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sad we didn't get
So
to grow up
I got
with her.
the older sister to whoop my ass, and then I got the little sister I kind of
That
taught.
you could,
so
yeah.
I remember taking her snowboarding and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I love that.
I know. We love you, Alexis.
We do love you.
She's our younger sister. How many years younger? I think I was a sophomore in college when Alexis was born.
I want to say she was born at the either very end of my high school.
That would have been
or my
97 or
first year.
98.
Yeah, 97, 98,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But now she has 3 freaking kids, and
Yeah.
she's a killer
Good for her.
mom.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I know. Time really does fly.
I think I was going to say, what was your favorite part of growing up with sisters?
I got to hang out with all the older guys because I wanted to hang out with my sisters. You know?
Aww.
So
Poor
like
sister.
Johnny White taught me how to drive stick when I was
Oh,
like 12.
Johnny White, legend.
Yeah, we loved him.
Richie and all them guys, they all looked
They had
out
our
for me.
backs too. Yeah.
We did have a good group.
And had a bunch of good-looking girlfriends.
Yeah, that probably helped.
I mean, when you're young.
Yeah.
All
right, what was your least favorite part?
You guys' rages.
Yeah, we did.
When you say you guys, I feel like we need to clarify.
Well, you threw a freaking monkey wrench.
Okay,
like
that's fair. That's fair.
20-foot fucking monkey wrench at my face.
That's fair. I mean, I will say the lesson, because I feel like there's a lesson in everything. The lesson for me was rage doesn't suit me, and the lesson for you was don't laugh at people. It hurts your feelings and then they rage.
Especially Debbie Gibson concerts.
Right. I think the Indigo Girls.
Wait, is
would have
Debbie Gibson?
appreciated my Debbie Gibson concert.
You got lost.
Yeah, in your eyes.
In your eyes.
Yeah. I was a huge fan.
Yeah, you were.
Like a super fan.
Yeah,
She
Jane.
had the posters.
I did.
Yeah, she did. Meanwhile, I just made out with John Bon Jovi on my wall. My 6-foot fucking John Bon Jovi poster.
Oh my God.
All right. Well,
Good
we have a house full.
Yep.
We're doing brunch with Aunt Jane this morning before she gets on the road to head back to.
We got to show our t-shirts.
Oh shit!
We have our matching Indigo t-shirts.
We saw Indigo Girls last night. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great.
Soul filled. And anyway, so yeah, now Big Daddy Boo Bear's in the house cooking brunch, and a lot of the kids are over. Blake's the only one not here. We got Madison, Sophia, Blaine, Brody. Zach, Tony. Noah was coming over. I don't know if JB and Iris will be back, and then Aunt Tip's in the house with Uncle Jeff.
Refusing to be a part of our podcast today, but we'll get her sometime.
Apparently recording is uncomfortable.
I don't get it.
I just say
well, like with you guys, it's comfortable with me, but I want to do this by myself.
You want it?
No.
I mean,
when I had my own business, I tried to make a commercial, and I had Ailey. And I messed it up so many times. I was like, no, that ain't for me to get in front of the.
Vic, you should have called in reinforcements.
Well, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. VTR Pro.
Yeah.
This guy, and we've told you this before, but engineering brain.
Yeah.
Can take something apart, put it back together.
One time.
Once, taught my son Blake how to build a computer. Last week, Blake built another computer on his own, and it didn't even take him a couple hours. But
knows more than me.
Nothing he can't fix.
Oh, can I talk currentish memories?
Yeah.
Since my motherhood?
Yeah.
So, bro would find, let's say somebody put out a, how do we get the Montreal Canadiens car?
Oh, someone threw out the little Barbie Corvette.
A Barbie Corvette for kids to drive.
Power wheels.
Power wheels. He picked it up, ended up freaking figuring out the battery situation.
I just put drill batteries in it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't have thought of that?
That's what you do. Who thinks of that? But anyways, he freaking spray painted the car.
Me and Jeff helped me.
Jeff helped? Yeah. The thing with you and Jeff, you have to tell him what to do. Jeff's the best helper, but he needs help knowing what to do. But bro thinks of everything. Anyways, they ended up with this, epic Montreal Canadiens Power Wheels that they would... Actually, I pull this out every July 1st for Canada Day because it is just the most iconic picture of these two little babies. I don't even know if Blaine was born yet.
Blaine?
I think it was
No,
just
Blaine
I don't think so.
maybe a baby?
No, you're right.
I don't think he was.
I think
no, but
little.
when you moved here, you were pregnant with him.
Yeah.
No.
I moved
Yeah,
here.
because I came down to the rodeo.
Brody, on Brody's first birthday, we moved in
when me and Tiff met.
That was.
You were pregnant with him.
Yes, but so you might have made the car that year.
That was probably.
I might have been pregnant with Blaine when you did the car.
Yeah, because me and Liv came down when she was 3 months old and you weren't pregnant yet. That's when you decided you were having a girl and you were going to have another baby.
Oh, that reminds me.
Rodina.
Rodina. I really wanted a girl.
Yeah.
And cousin Kim or somebody had bought a bikini for Ava. So Scott and Aaron were having Ava that March. And so cousin Kim's had bought this little cute bikini for Ava, pre-Ava. And I put it on Brody. And he looked so cute. He was such a cute baby.
Brody is such a cute
What do you think? How do you feel about being an uncle?
I love it. Them boys they've been always kind to me. And, all got their own little
quirks.
Yeah, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Brody's like a mechanic kind of guy, kind of like me.
Yeah, I do. I'm seeing a lot of Brody.
Blake's more like, he's more
reserved.
Yeah, I mean, the kid just wants to work. And,
he's got a good work ethic.
Yeah, his work ethic's great.
Yeah.
And Blaine's just a beast. He just wants to play sports and kill everybody.
Yeah. He's the mayor of Goose Creek.
He is.
Actually, I was at the dentist this week, and the lady at the front desk actually said, "How's Blaine doing?"
Because he's so memorable.
And said, "I've been seeing Blaine since he was 7 years old," and I did the math.
Yeah.
And she knew that, and I was like, "Huh." I told her he's the mayor of Goose Creek.
I was going to say current memory, well, past memory, and I always tell this when I'm talking about Vic and his skill set, but I just remember when he used to love remote control cars, and Mom would get him every Christmas. He would get remote control cars from Santa, and Santa always forgot. Yeah, got him the cheap ones and forgot the batteries.
Oh, the batteries.
And so Vic rigged up a couple of batteries and put
out of
tin foil and paper clips in between them to run it through the tin foil.
I only had one battery, so I had to make like 3 more to make it work.
MacGyver's up a freaking
squeeze up tin foil and stick it in between the contacts.
The fact that you would even know to do that, I'd be like, shit, mine's broken.
I mean, we're talking 8.
Yeah. Or younger.
That's ridiculous.
But I also remember, not that long ago, maybe when I first started, after I bought my house and I started doing the renovations to it, and I tricked Vic into coming to help me with some electrical work. I was like, just a couple things. I had a list of at least 20. And Vic worked his ass off for 2 straight days. We had to take a day off because I exhausted him so much with my to-do list.
It was like hard work.
He replaced all my light fixtures, a bunch of my plugs, outlets. He reran some electrical. He added some plugs for me. He added a GFI in my bedroom, my bathroom. Which, by the way, my front thing went out the other day, and I kept resetting the stuff downstairs, and I was like, clearly I need a fucking electrician. And then I remembered, he said, go up to the bathroom and press the button. Yeah, and I pressed the button, and it turned everything back on.
Good. Oh. So it works.
And you remembered.
And he taught me how to change out a light fixture, because I did it in my closet the other day.
Yeah.
And he took down, at the time, I couldn't afford all new light fixtures, only certain ones. And so he took down all the other ones for me, because they were brass, and I needed them black. And so I spray painted them all, and then he put them all back up for me.
That's fucking love.
I mean, the amount of... How about Vic? How about
the bird?
Yes, we will. But also my Amazon light fixtures that were on budget, Vic and I had to put together. And they were so cheap that they painted the freaking... What is it called, Vic? The where you screw them together, the pieces?
Yeah, the bracket or
bracket, yeah. And we had to keep unscrewing and screwing to, make the paint come off so that they would hook together. So one light fixture took us, between the two of us, at least an hour and a half to put together. And
but you guys are both perfectionists too.
Well, I was like, I'll junk this thing right now and order something else. And he was like, no, we're almost done now, Jane. We fucking put in all this work.
Committed to an hour in this thing.
Yeah.
We're going to finish it.
We're locked in. And then that was also the weekend where you found the flood in my roof because they left my gutters pointed in. And I was like, no, it's just a shadow.
They took it down because they were redoing siding or something,
Yeah, the siding, yep, and they were painting, yep.
Yeah. So the water was just pouring in your living room.
Yeah, that was fun. And then also that was the day that the bird flew into the window and you tried to attempt to give it CPR with a broomstick handle, gently.
I thought I could get it back. Give it some air.
He really tried. And then I was in, watching through the window crying, and Vic was trying to chest compression the bird. And he did give it some compressions, but the bird didn't come back. So then I had to get buried in the ivy.
Was everyone crying?
I mean, I definitely was crying.
I wasn't crying.
It was sad.
You tried.
Yeah, the little bastard ran right into the window.
I mean, what that tells you is how clean my windows are.
A, and B, it tells me that I grew up with a family of pure souls, because animals are a gift, and I feel like my siblings know that, and
we had to try
also are equally loved by all animals in their presence.
And I was fully supportive.
Jane's allergic to everything that loves her presence, and they
like the giant dog shedding freaking bags of hair right next to me right
little
now.
Puppies.
He can't be closer. Sorry.
Boise, she's on the ground over here.
Yeah.
Room's over here. She dug herself a 15-foot hole.
We've got the Bobo
we did. If you guys noticed the dust storm, that was Boom.
That was Boom.
Yeah, that was the other dog digging over there.
Yeah.
But we do love animals.
And the last story I'll tell about Vic, and then we'll call it, but is he came out the womb with the deepest voice ever.
Yes.
We used to call him Davy Herman
Yeah.
because from Roger Rabbit, wasn't he like the baby that had the wicked deep voice? Yeah. And Blaine got your voice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Blaine does have
Yeah.
it.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
Love you.
Love you.
Aw. Can we bring it in?
Oh.
We're just...
This is going to be our thumbnail.
Yeah, this is. All right, guys.
Okay.
We hope everyone has a great day. We're about to go brunch it up, and
Happy Sunday.
happy Sunday. Mwah. Ooh, 11:14.
You did good.
We did do good. Hick, was that bad?
What is that?
What? That is one of my... Something opened the ball. See that ball over there?
Oh, okay.
It's a sycamore seed.
God, I
Hey,
thought
if
it
you
was
want
the
a sycamore
remnants of
tree,
a
take a
fucking-
ball. Why is this?
Still recording?
Oh, it is. Just kidding. We're not done yet. Mwah.
You can edit it.
Nope.